I've been thinking a long time on how to articulate what I'm about to speak about. And it's kind of a shame, and frankly, it makes me a little bit angry, where the overall or generic consensus of somebody with narcissistic personality disorder is that they love themselves. And nothing could be further from the truth. And I'm going to talk about why. But the narcissist literally despises themselves. And they hold great, great shame. Now, we've spoken about narcissistic rage. Whereas if you challenge or question the narcissist, they'll become very angry. They'll lash out. They'll start on their smear campaigns. You will definitely have made an enemy. Even if you question one little lie that the narcissist presents, you'll feel that backlash. There's a reason for that. That is the narcissist's defense, or as I like to think about it, my small little head, their force field. You see, if the narcissist is left alone to think about themselves, even for a moment, they'll crumble. That great shame will take them down. They know right from wrong. If left alone with no supply, they will look at themselves and crumble. So what they do is they are always, as I've said again and again, they're very much like sharks. They're always on the hunt. They're always looking to hurt. Again, the reason why is that they are not projecting that outward. If they don't have a mechanism of which to hurt somebody, of which to spread a lie, of which to offer a slight or a dig or degrade, that mechanism stops and they're left with themselves. This is why they need supply, to keep the focus off of themselves. Because if they don't, they are left to themselves. We've spoken about projection. This fits right in. With the narcissist being so ashamed of themselves, they will take those pieces of shame, those things they've done, those things they are, and will throw them onto their victim. So they feel somehow, and I don't know how, but somehow they feel it's not them, it's you. So they're able to blame all of their hurtful actions, everything that they're shameful and embarrassed about, they're able to, somewhere in their mind, blame them on their victim. This again keeps the focus off of them and prevent them from having to look upon themselves. This is why they're on that constant hunt. The narcissist does not love themselves. They do not look in the mirror and adore. They despise themselves. And if they're going down, the victim's going down with them. But the victim's going down first. As long as the narcissist can prevent looking at themselves, they will take victims. This is why they will get their supply from any means necessary. This is why they, in their social circles, like to kind of ease their way in. It makes them, as a whole, look like they're okay. They're keeping that outward appearance constantly. So you may say, well, what about the golden child? What about the favorite? Well, if you saw a narcissistic parent abusing the scapegoats in the family, and all of the insanity that goes around that family dynamic, and it's horrible, wouldn't you want to be protected? Wouldn't you want to avoid all of that abuse coming onto you? That narcissist will leverage that generally one person to be their golden child as an extension of themselves. That golden child will then in turn do anything that the narcissist wants, needs, and desires in order to keep the damage from coming his or her way. They fall into that golden child trap. All the golden children, well, they know what they're doing. It's generally playing kowtow to the narcissist for the financial gain at the end. I've seen this so many times. I've seen a lot of golden children break away free. But for the most part, the golden children as adults, there's a payoff at the end. And they'll give up anyone and often become narcissists themselves. I guess what I'm trying to get at is narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder is not self-love. It is in fact self-hate, loathing, and shame. And I believe, after so many stories I've read, after so many stories I've heard, that something happened in their childhood, that they went through some type of trauma, that they very well may have lived in a narcissistic dynamic household. It's no excuse. Just trying to kind of figure out where that may have come from. But don't be fooled for a moment. That narcissist has got some pretty deep skeletons in their closet. And they are deathly ashamed of them. And they are deathly frightened to look at them, even for a split second. In closing, I'll tell you that the narcissist fears abandonment. And I know this. I've seen this happen. I've seen specific mechanisms put in place where the narcissist could not be left. If they are left, if they're abandoned, they're on their own to look at themselves. I hope this made sense. It took me a long time to really kind of figure out a way to articulate it. But if you ever read or hear that narcissism is about self-love, no way. They hate themselves deeply. Thank you, and I'm wishing you peace today.